Okay, I've decided to make a helpful video going over how you can calculate the population standard deviation using StatCrunch. So first let's find the problem. I believe there are some problems in 3.2 where they ask you to do these calculations. It can be pretty tedious without using technology. So let's see here. Let's see if we can find a data set to use. Alright. Oh, we have M&Ms. 48 M&Ms. Um, well, this is actually the sample standard deviation. So we want to go over how to actually find the population standard deviation. But since we're already here, let's give it a go. Again, if I were to open it in Excel, I can do it by, let's take a peek and see what that looks like real quick. We could say, okay, I'm going to put the standard deviation right here. It's going to be equal to STDEV, and there's two different ones. There's STDEV.P for population, and then there's the one for the sample. So we're going to choose the sample one, and we're going to go from A1 all the way down to A48. Close it off, and at the very top there is this standard deviation. We would round it off to the 1000th place. I believe StatCrunch would probably be the similar type of techniques there. Had we opened that in StatCrunch, we can try real quick. Let's see. I like how when it opens the data, it lists it all in a column. It's not like some kind of matrix shape or rectangular shape of data. That would have been problematic because in order to manipulate our data in StatCrunch and Excel and all these other places, you do need to have the data in a column. And so now we're going to go over to summary stats column. We're going to select the variable that we want. And here it is. Here is the standard deviation, and it assumes the data is a sample. So we click, and we have the standard deviation right here, 0.0353. We'd round it to 0.0354, or just 0.035, depending on three places that they want. They wanted 3 places, so we could round it that way as well. And let's plug that in there, 3 places. Hit enter, and it says good job. Let's see if we can find a population now, a data set that is considered the entire population. Well, let's see. Alright, maybe we should locate the problem that we've done before in the past. Alright, here's actually a problem. And it says for the population, calculate the variance and the standard deviation. Alright, so if we were to do it what we just did, it would not work. So we actually have to be able to calculate this as a population. Now, in Excel, it will work if we were to write out our formula and choose stdev.p. So you just select that we choose the rows, enter, and we got 4. And so the actual variance though would be 4 squared, so put 16. And then this would just be 4. All right, now, how would we do this in StatCrunch? So here's the thing. We would open the data in StatCrunch. We see it listed in a column, so this is good. It works, 4, 7, 11, 13, 15. We go to Stat, we go to Summary of Stats, column, but at this time we're going to select the unadjusted variance and the unadjusted deviation. And when it says the unadjusted, that represents the population. So it hasn't been adjusted for a sample. All right, now the covariance thing, it's in there, but that's from a different section. We're not using covariance right now. So I don't know. That one just got selected, but that's not the one we really wanted. Select our column. We've chosen the unadjusted, and now just compute, and we see the unadjusted standard deviation is the population standard deviation. Now, if we go back into Excel real quick, let's go back into Excel and look at our data. Or if I were to open the data in a clipboard, copy the data, let's go into the discussion. There's another way. And if we choose additional resources, we choose Stats Blue. This is a website. And here we go under descriptive statistics. And if we were to select, say, the first one, we would name our data. Well, first let's paste it in there. As far as naming the data, let's see. Well, we could call it any variable that we want. It really just depends on the context of the problem. Let's see. Let's go back and see if we can get back there. The actual data was considered, well, it had no variable, did it? I'll just call it data. What if we want to create bins? Well, we don't have enough data to create bins, so I'll just say 1. Hit calculate. But what we have here, it gives the mean, the standard deviation, but it's assuming that the data is a sample. It also gives the 5-number summary. It does give the box and whisker plot and things of this sort. You can even download the image. This is actually really nice. But my question would be, well, wait a minute. What if our data is a population? That distinction is pretty important. So let's see if maybe it would be over here where we say the inference of population means. Well, this would be probably more toward, this looks like it'd be more towards confidence intervals and things like that, which is something we're not on just yet. It does give the sample standard deviation, but not the population. Let's see, let's go back into, if we had multiple, let's see, I'm going to call this data. That was optional. Add sample, here, let's just hit calc. Multi-sample. So we're still dealing with samples here. Yeah, it looks like most statistical softwares are kind of biased toward samples and of populations and um, parameters of populations and sort, but it looks like it could be helpful towards samples. Well, anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions on anything that we've been doing so far.